Abraham's test begins when God tells him to take his long-awaited son, Isaac, and offer him as a burnt offering. Isaac was not just any child, he was the child promised to Abraham and Sarah, the miracle baby after years of waiting. God had promised that through Isaac, Abraham's descendants would be as numerous as the stars in the sky. And now, God asks him to sacrifice this son, the very fulfillment of his promise. Imagine the turmoil. Isaac represents the very future of Abraham's family, the continuation of God's covenant. To sacrifice Isaac would mean to let go of that promise. Yet Abraham doesn't hesitate. He rises early, gathers wood, knife, and he begins the journey. His obedience is profound. It's not just about blind faith, it's about trust. Abraham trusted that God could even raise Isaac from the dead if necessary. For Abraham, faith meant trusting that God's promise was greater than his understanding, greater than the painful act of sacrifice itself. As Abraham prepares to sacrifice Isaac, God calls out, "Abraham, Abraham!" And in that split second, God intervenes. He stops Abraham from going through with it, saying, "Do not lay a hand on the boy." Instead, God provides a ram caught in a thicket to be offered in Isaac's place. This moment is crucial. It shows God's provision. The ram becomes the substitute for Isaac. The sacrifice is not carried out, but the symbolism is powerful. The ram is an act of grace. It's a vivid picture of how God provides a substitute when the penalty of misconduct is deserved, but the punishment is spared. In Christianity, this act of substitution points forward to Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God, who was sent to take the place of humanity's sin. Just as the ram was provided to spare Isaac, Jesus would be offered as the ultimate sacrifice. The substitutionary atonement that began here in Genesis 22 is fulfilled in the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. God provided Jesus, the perfect lamb, to save the world from sin. Genesis 22 has implications that stretch far beyond Abraham and Isaac. This story is foundational for three major world religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. For Jews, Abraham is the patriarch of Israel. For Christians, he is the father of faith, pointing to Jesus' ultimate sacrifice. And for Muslims, Ibrahim, is a prophet who symbolizes submission to God's will. The theme of sacrifice also permeates these faiths. In Christianity, Jesus is the ultimate sacrificial lamb. And in Islam, the willingness of Abraham to sacrifice his son is commemorated annually during the festival of Eid al-Adha. Genesis 22 challenges us to reflect on our own faith. Are we willing to trust God even when His commands challenge our deepest desires and fears? Are we ready to surrender all that we hold dear, trusting that God will provide and fulfill His promises to us?